The gentleman walked into my consulting room. He just found a job. He was excited and he came for the compulsory medical fitness check for new employees. So he came in with all of his investigation results and we looked at them. They were all good. We congratulated him. And as usual, we will tell them, this is your result, this is your PCV, this is your genotype. When we got to the genotype result, we call it hemoglobin electrophoresis. He said, "Doctor, please wait. There must be a mistake. That is not my result." I said, "But what I'm saying here is AS." And then I handed him the document. He said, "No, there must be a mistake here. I am not AS." I said, "Okay, I trust the laboratory, but they will have to rerun the sample." I called the laboratory and they did the sample again. When they did it, it came back as AS. He said, "Doctor, does genotype change?" I said, "No, it doesn't change." He said, "I got married as AA to my wife who is AS. And I did the test, before the marriage. So how come it has now changed?" I said, "It did not change. There must be a problem with the original report." He then said, okay, he'll do the test elsewhere. So he went to another standard laboratory outside of the hospital to run the test. It came back as AS. He was sad, close to tears, and said, "Doctor, how will I tell my wife that I have moved from being AA to being AS?" I said, "You didn't forge the initial document. It was a mistake. So you still have to tell her, she will understand." He said, "But we have only one child and we want more children." Well, you will still have to explain to her. And there are options which your doctor will explain to you. He left distraught. This gentleman's case is not the first I have seen. I have seen many. Some who had gotten married thinking they were AA because they got an AA result. And then later they found out that they were not AA because maybe one of their children now develops sickle cell disease. So what I want to advise today is clear all doubts about genotype. And the way to do it is to do it in more than 1 or 2 laboratories. So when you're doing it, I will advise do it in 3 places. And all 3 results must agree before you know that you have the right result. Anything that humans do can be fraught with mistakes. Sometimes the mistake is not even from the scientists. They might have done a good job, but it may be the clerk who is saying something and is writing something else. Or the typist who is saying something and is typing something else. That is the reason why you should, be sure doing it in 3 places and saying all 3 come back as same. That is when you will be sure that you have the right result. So please, let us all clear all doubts concerning genotype now. Parents, please help your children to clear the doubts now. Help them to do the genotype in different places to be sure what exactly their genotype is, so that before they even start thinking about dating and before they get married, they will know what their genotype is without a doubt. Thanks for watching. This is Dr. Abosede Adegbite of Clinic Annex, and I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please share with everybody and give me a thumbs up. Also subscribe if you are yet to subscribe so that you can see more of my videos. Also remember, good health is great wealth. I'll see you again next week, God willing, with yet another topic. Until then, please take care of yourself and be sure to clear all doubts about your genotype. Bye.